Hello everyone and welcome to my next adventure, and in this adventure I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do for your inflatable costume from this point on, from this year on actually, since there is the virus thing going on right now. And I would like for you guys to share it to every single news channel that you can find and tell them something's different here, and tell them that there's something that can be safe about these inflatable costumes, and yes, they can be safe for hospitals as well. So this is for a hospital environment as well. And I'm always thinking about that. Yes, I'm thinking about even people that are sick. They won't get sick either. And they won't actually get the virus or contract it. The people that aren't sick won't actually get it. Not that easy. Not as easy. There's only a 0.03 chance that you can actually get that, or really get that in these hospitals here. So just as equivalent to almost a mask. Mask is 70% chance that you won't get it, and then with this it's actually even less than that, or it's even not less. It's a lot more safe than just that. Why do I say that? Because an inflatable suit, if you wear that with it, it will actually increase the airflow for that, thus making it a lot safer for you and the patient, and of course, whoever you would be seeing and stuff like that. If you want to make them happy with that inflatable costume, then go right ahead with that too. And then there's going to be professional versions as well, which they will use for that. Professional hazmat suits, should I say, can be used for that. But those cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They cost like a good $500 to $1,000, or even $2,000. So, I've done my research on those kind of things, though. Even recently, even now, they are more expensive than ever because they are being used currently for the viruses that are actually spreading like crazy, like wildfire. So, in order to slow them down a lot more, this is a better solution for that very reason. So, I'm actually going to, without further ado, show you guys the filter that is actually going to be used for that. You can get any vacuum filter for that. If vacuums can actually purify your air like that, and actually take all this dust and all that kind of stuff and put it back in the vacuum, then it can for sure protect you against viruses. And of course, it actually protects as little particles as that too. Does it work actually? Well, you can always you can find out for yourself by actually doing it with me over here, and I encourage anyone to do this. So I would look for as many people as possible to be doing this, because this is a very important thing. It doesn't mean that inflatable costumes are bad. No, they're not bad at all. They're actually, the news has made it bad. Made it seem like it's all a bad thing when it's not. It's truly not when you actually can put something like this on there. So, and obviously a lot of other people have shown this in the past. Not obviously, but I'm actually showing this on my YouTube channel, just on mine particularly, in more detail of what you actually need to do. So, that's not the only thing that you need to do with this. And there's a battery that runs this blower system for like $10. And Amazon, you can find it for more than $10 on Amazon. And it's coming directly from China. And you gotta wait longer on Amazon. So, I would say eBay is the better option to buy this kind of blower system. Also, the finger guard. The finger guard on here is 80 millimeters. And that's just an 80 millimeter finger guard. There's a regular 80 millimeter one. And then you also have your M4 screws, which the M4 screws and M4 bolts. I should say, not bolts. Bolts are different than nuts. These nuts actually keep the screw into place. So this is an M4 screw, M4 nut. You know, that's exactly what you need for it. How big are these? How long do they have to be? They have to be exactly 30 millimeters for this blower system, because it's only 28 millimeters high for the actual width of that. So. Then actually that's $5 just for a set of these kind of screws, and then another $5 for the finger guard just in general. This period just for one of those. But you can get for $11, you can get like 10 of them. So anyways, that's if you plan to build a lot more blower systems and stuff like that, and you're a company that wants to start up in here in the United States, then yeah, this is a great thing to start off with that too. And this right here is going to be taped right into here, and then I'll be testing that inside an inflatable costume. This will be attached inside the inflatable costume itself. And it's going to be taped into there. So the filter is going to be onto the costume and then taped with it. And then this would actually be taped in there somehow, some way, and I'll figure it out one way or the other. And I'm going to get down into that. Put this down over here for you guys to give you guys a closer look about what you actually need to do. This is what you need to do with it, and this is a tape that you actually use with that, and then you tape this all the way around your ring on your inflatable costume. This will actually make the tape ring that is going to go on this blower system that I've actually showed earlier. It's going to actually take the pause with that and be able to see it, and even further to do with that. And then you just also tape the blower system. You want to make sure you also cut your bag, I should say your filter, which looks like a bag because it is a vacuum bag. So, but it is essentially a filter that you can use. That's what that is. And then you cut this part right here. You gotta cut it and then put the blower inside of there, and actually cut this part and that part enough to where the blower fits inside the hole, and then you tape around it. And you have to do this as the blower is attached to the inflatable costume. When the blower is attached to here, the inflatable costume as well. You want to make sure when you puncture your holes for your inflatable costume, inside your inflatable costume, that you want to make sure that they're right on the nose at first. And first hand, so you want to make sure you put the blower in there first, and then you have your tape ring on the blower system, and then of course this other tape ring is to ensure that the tape ring that is on the blower system is reusable, and you can use it as many times as you want. Also, with it sucking so much air in so much at one time, it still makes it very safe. It makes it a nice, good seal, enough to where it's like it will seal it off, this particular area. Will it be a more efficient way of actually wearing a mask? Yes, a lot more efficient, but it's not so much convenient with a big old giant suit on you. It definitely isn't so convenient at all. But it's at least something to have fun and doing it safely. Essentially, what you want is to make sure your screw ring, it looks exactly like that. I gotta set the remote control down over there, just like that. And then what you want to do with that is you put your blower system on there with the tape ring, which you would have to measure out your tape ring, and you put your tape ring on the blower system itself, and then you make sure you leave this part open. The part that intakes the air, you want to make sure you leave that open, and at all times, because that's where the blower breathes, and it needs to breathe. Every blower has it to breathe, and every vacuum has to breathe. So, that's common sense to tell you that one. Anyways, just like we have to breathe, we need to actually have a filter system on our stuff to be able to not get infected by viruses. Well, the same concept with this. The vacuums need the same thing, is we don't get the viruses from the vacuums. It's essentially the same exact concept. This is what it's supposed to look like. Just like that. And you want to make sure it's a nice airtight seal on your inflatable costume itself. It has to attach on the inflatable costume itself too. This goes inside the inflatable costume. Now, you can see that's inside of there. It doesn't really look like it does anything much to the blower. It just deforms the inflatable costume a little bit. Very little, but that's minor compared to it not being so safe. So, if you want your inflatable costume to be safe, this is a way to do it. Even though it's not going to look all that great, but it's something that I can improve later for the blower system, and I can 3D print something for it, and then actually create something for that, and then I'll patent something else for it. So, for this blower system particularly, and the other ones too. And then, of course, I'll patent my own filter eventually, but not right now. This is just prototype stuff that I'm doing until I come up with my own design of stuff, and then of course my own design blower system and everything else. So yeah, stay tuned later for all that. That's going to be all brand new stuff I'm going to be coming up with as I actually get enough money to do so, to be able to do all these different things. Alright, it works. It works quite well. I made this into a successful hazmat suit. I really don't have to worry about too much of anything. Even though it restricts the blower a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I'd say I hope this video was very extremely helpful to you. And any other additional questions that you have for me, I will answer your comments as soon as I possibly can. As soon as I'm available, and I'm not really all that busy. So, see you guys in the next adventure. Bye.